Okay, we're looking at Eric's 1962 Chevy pickup, day 3. Today we're just going to be doing some miscellaneous things. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get the engine cleaned up a little bit more and get our frame kind of cleaned up a little bit more. We went to the paint store and picked up some of the metal cleaner. The instructions how to mix this are all on the back and everything. So basically it mixes, put in one part of the blue stuff, the 2 parts of the water. So in other words, that means if you take this bottle and you fill it up to say the number 5 mark on here, then you're going to want to put twice as much water in than you did of the blue stuff, so you'd fill this marker all the way up to 15 on the top. So I just put it in a spray bottle like this and spray it on the engine. It's best to wear a mask because it's really tough on the lungs, and you don't want to wear your good shirts and pants because this will eat through your clothes and your skin and everything else. So I'm going to do that, and then we also went and picked up some miscellaneous stuff, paint and a little paint remover and stuff to get a little residual paint off, and some tune-up stuff. So we're just going to be doing some miscellaneous things today. So stay tuned and see what we get. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wire wheel some of the more aggressive rust on there. And when I use those, I like to use a variable speed grinder, because if you use the smaller ones, the die grinders with 10,000 RPMs, when it catches on corners and stuff, it really rips out of your hand. So just use one of these and go at lower speed. It's a little bit more manageable and stuff. Okay, so metal cleaner is going to take off minor surface rust and stuff, and it'll take off the last of the dirt and grime that you might have on there. But when you get a little bit more aggressive kind of stuff, like here inside the fender well, this is a little bit more tougher to come off. You can see I've already shot this several times and it's still pretty pitting. So when we get things like this, you need to kind of do a cost analysis benefit on it. How long is it going to take me to clean up versus just taking to a media blaster and having them media blast it. So while I'm letting all this stuff dry up, I'm going to pack up some of this stuff in the van and we'll take it down to our media blaster and see what he says. Okay, so I really wasn't planning on taking this engine this far, but I've already got it apart this far anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and take off the exhaust manifolds, the carburetor, and a few of the little small things so that I can get a better paint job on it. Okay, so I'm going to take the starter off just so, again, I can get a better clean job. You'll want to note that they got the black wire here, the green wire going to this right side, and then we've got this purple wire going to the left side. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm taking off the valve covers, and I'm going to be taking off the rocker arms. There's a little seal that's underneath the springs that gets tired and old and brittle, and it just doesn't work that well. But they're relatively easy to replace, so I'm going to go ahead and take care of that this time. Okay, our fuel pump is leaking, so we're going to go ahead and replace this too. On fuel pumps, they have what's known as a weep hole, so that when the diaphragm starts to leak, it'll start just leaking out of the weep hole slowly, and then this will give you a hint that it needs to be replaced before it just goes all off on you together. Okay, so a quick word on media blasters. You probably got 2, 3 in your neighborhood. You don't want to just take everything off the truck and just take it to one guy and then see what happens. You want to start off with a small amount and give it to them, see if they're on time, if their prices are correct, if they don't mess any of your stuff up or lose any of your stuff. And then after you're sure that they're okay, then bring over some of the stuff. But don't bring everything over all at once, because it just puts you in more of a liability situation. And then when you have a bunch of little pieces like this, these are really easy to lose. So you just get some mechanics wire and loop them all together. It'll be a lot easier to keep a hold of. We're all done for the day. Let's take a look at what we got. So our engine's really nice and clean. I stripped everything out. I'm going to get some plastic to put over here before I go. And so next time we come, we'll go ahead and, believe it or not, clean up the engine just a little bit more. And then we're going to go ahead and paint it. Then we can go ahead and start reassembling everything. We'll get it running, the whole 9 yards. We'll take care of these little valve seals down here. And then after our engine's all done, then we can go ahead and start working on our frame and our firewall and getting all that painted up too. So we'll see y'all next time.